Sun shit, y'all ready?
Going on, world? Yes, this is your man, Black Seeds. I've already, the whole calm, cool, collected podcast voice. We dead in that. This is Black Seeds. This is our world, our time. This music you're hearing in the background, again, forever salute to my man Wise Choice, O&O, Son. This thing you're hearing in the background is that's the title. That's what we doing. Today's episode 2, Black. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. Black History Month is definitely coming to an end, so we're gonna talk about that. But we're gonna talk about something else before that. But that is what we're gonna talk about. And if you didn't know, last week's episode was allow me to reintroduce myself. You know what I'm saying? That was a Jay-Z thing. That's what we do over here at Our World, Our Time. All the titles of the episodes are going to be like hip-hop albums, hip-hop songs, or lines from hip-hop songs. This episode, Black, that goes to it's a song by my man over there overseas somewhere named Dave. He had a joint. It was got a lot of heat on it. Got a lot of views because he did a live performance on the British Music Awards. His Spotify went up crazy. His whole visibility went up crazy after seeing it. You know what I'm saying? People peeped it and was like, yo, hey, the album, Psychodrama, title of the song, Black. That's what we doing right here. That's what we're gonna talk about, because this is the last week for Black History Month, and I personally, I'm always up in the air about Black History Month. So, like I said, we're gonna talk about that. What we're gonna talk about first, though, Harvey Weinstein. It's a whole lot. Yeah, people are so caught up in the middle on. They're taking sides on this whole thing. They don't understand where to go with it. Some people are highly upset. Other people think, it's about right. The situation is about right. What they don't get is that's just the New York thing. That was New York. He still got a whole nother case to go through in Cali. So what's gonna happen, man? But again, as a black man, I always love watching everything become black and white. Somehow we comparing Harvey Weinstein's situation to Bill Cosby. No doubt you see the similarities. Still, there's a big difference. His situation is so much more complex. The jury was 7 men, 5 women. Salute the females who were approached with that scenario that went down for many women and walked away from the table. You know what I'm saying? Whether they said something after they walked away and nothing happened to them, or they did say something and the ball kept moving and decades kept going. Something was wrong with that picture anyway. But there's a lot of females who, when proposed with that situation, those situations went through with it to further their career. And that's the thing, man. A lot of people, the reason he got off like he got off was because, women and men, we see that game every day in our life. Every day. The real deal. Just at your regular job, you see that chick who flirts or does whatever it is she's gonna do, using her, attractiveness, her sexuality to further her situation, whether it's something small like she got a different office space. You know what I'm saying? She gets to come in a little later. She gets to stay a little later. She getting some of that OT money. You know what I'm saying? Promotions. She gets to take vacations with so-and-so. She gets the lighter load of work on busy days. We've seen that, you know what I'm saying? And people sit back. So people didn't really identify with the stars that were saying that that's what they had to go through, especially, felt violated if they went through the process and had a decent career. It's kind of, you can't, it is what it is. It's part of the game. And I think, to me, that's a big ill too, because it's not just Harvey Weinstein that should be brought up on it. This is all of Hollywood. All of Hollywood needs to be brought up on that. Peep what your boy Tarantino did. When all of this was really starting to kick off, he got in front of it real quick. He said, yo, I knew about Uma's situation. I feel bad that I never stepped in and did anything. Either that was straight, sincere, like regret and pain, me personally not knowing the dude, but liking his movies and seeing him in his interviews. I want to believe that piece, because the other side is that was a cool, cold, calculated move to get in front of that and make it be known that, yeah, I cowered out a little bit. Forgive me. Let me continue to move on. Because at the end of the day, it ain't just Harvey Weinstein's fault. It is the movie director's fault. The casting people's fault. Those actresses, their manager's fault. It's everybody's fault that whatever was going on or could have went on. All parties are involved. All parties are involved. Hollywood inner circle. All parties are involved. You know what I'm saying? Can't convict that man without going after everybody else. That's my thing. It's not just, you can't just vilify Harvey Weinstein. Other people got to get it too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to get it. Everybody got to get it. That's just my view. And like I said, a lot of people didn't put themselves in the situation of the actresses. They looked at it from the angle of, you good. You had a decent career. You're still in the game. You're fine. However you felt, it got you to here. That cause and effect got you into this situation that you're in. I know you. I've seen your movies. Hollywood, the media has been nice to Harvey Weinstein. I saw a thing where they were like Pervy Bill or something. They called out Bill Cosby. They put some crazy, aggressively negative name in front of Bill to then talk about Harvey. Like, they're one and the same. You can't come up with these crazy euphemisms and crazy nicknames for Bill Cosby and not say anything about Harvey Weinstein. But they can, because Bill Cosby's situation is Bill Cosby's situation. Bill Cosby, like when they went to shut Bill down, it was, hey, no more Cosby Show, no more this, no more that. The people who were also caught up in it with the It's a Different World people. That was it. You go after Harvey Weinstein in that manner and start trying to boycott him and everything Harvey Weinstein. There's a lot of movie directors. There's a lot of actresses. The whole Oscars board, Golden Globes, Emmys, all, like, dude for decades has made Oscar bait movies. Most of his movies, every year when it comes to Oscars, his movies are up there nominated for something. The actors in his movies are nominated for something. You go after him, you literally are going after Hollywood, and nobody can afford that. So they don't even deal with it in that manner. Sad to say. That's why, again, it's not so much that's the white dude and here's a black guy. That's business as usual. There's supposed to be a lot more people going through some stuff with the Harvey Weinstein situation than way more than in the Bill Cosby situation. That's just my 2 cents on it. I don't want to speak on that too much more. We're going to get on to what we need to get on to, which is this black thing. Black History Month is almost over. It's almost over. A couple more days. This is that fourth year, election year, 29 days. You know how we do. That's what we're getting into right now. We've got that, and every year I find myself despising Black History Month more and more. I remember Obama was nominated, sworn in January, February, the actual site, I didn't even like the Black History Month site. He already knocked somebody off the Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying? Frederick Douglass, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King. Sometimes it's Malcolm X. Sometimes it's whoever's, you know what I'm saying? I done seen pictures where it's Denzel Washington when he got an Oscar. It depends on whatever's popping. You get that next black guy, and the next black person was Obama. It was like Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Obama. And it's like, I get the historic significance, but my man ain't even did anything yet. It's just February. He was sworn in a month ago. Like, he ain't even really got to do anything yet. He hasn't earned that kind of thing yet. But that's what we do. I also notice black people only talk to black people about Black History Month. And not even like every black person. I just can't walk out the door and just say some Black History stuff to just anybody. It's also people who feel that connection to be enlightened about the beauty that we provided to the world, not even the country. That's another thing I've always hated about Black history. We tend to make that a America thing. Blacks all across the globe have done so much for the world. You know what I'm saying? But if we're gonna keep it domestic, let's keep it domestic. I'm just saying there's so much more going on, and we address it with each other a little bit, and then nobody else is picking it up. And this month, it just didn't even feel like it. Even Martin Luther King Day didn't feel, you know what I'm saying? Usually there's a whole bunch of the I Have a Dream speech chopped up in things. You get the old churchy music in the background. You know, black radio used to literally take time out to have a point where they just played 3 hours would sum up his history and significance, and you know, all that's been dead. It's like, you know, they go MLK, let's get this mix going. Like, that's it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we lost that. That's the game that's where we at right now when we look at Black History Month. So yeah, I'm dead on that. Plus, our history should be part of America's history because it is America's history. The black people in America who have developed, who have written, who have drawn, who have composed, who have fought in wars. We're part of American history. So I get it. You can do it that way, but at the same time, put us in the mix. Don't regulate us to a 28-day month and then try to cram all this information in, and people really aren't paying attention. You make it where it's like, it's option. If you really want to know this, you wait till February. If you don't worry about it. I think as soon as February the 1st comes in, everybody should even know and understand what Black History Month is all about. You know, not just black people, everybody. To understand that Carter G. Woodson had Black History Week. And he did it to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. So it was like, yo, this week, because one's birthday's on the 12th, the other one's on the 14th. So this week, celebrate blackness. And then it was turned into a month. I mean, and that's like 1926. And I get it. Even the significance of it, it's still young. It's not even 100 years old yet. What we've done in this country is crazy. We were there in the Revolutionary War. There's like 5 to maybe 7 heroes that as time gone by, they've been reduced and morphed into this one person. We were there. Our American history is dope. Like, even when you talk about slaves, I mean, how many people know Liberia is a country in Africa that had new slaves and descendants of slaves that made that country? It wasn't even granted independence until after the Civil War. You know what I'm saying? The flag looks like America's flag with the 1 star. That's an American thing. Like, that's a piece of American history that's not just black history, but American history. Our history is so enriched. You know what I'm saying? We are all over the place. Memorial Day started because black soldiers wanted to, you know what I'm saying, pay tribute to fallen soldiers who lost their lives. Fallen black soldiers who lost their lives in the Civil War. That's where that comes from. The WIC program. The WIC program is relatively young. That comes from the Black Panther Party, Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Breakfast at School. That's the Black Panther Party. That's us. There's so much that even right now we have a hand on. No one knows the origin of it. No one's taught the origin of it. No one goes, hey, and by the way, do you know why we celebrate Memorial Day? We tell you what it means to do it. No one tells you the origin. I remember I was like 12, 13, reading some stuff, getting my read on, trying to, get my mind right, Public Enemy and stuff like that. Get your head open. Poor Righteous Teaching them, get your head open, so you first chance you get to really put your hands on some books. You reading them, and a dude OG told me, he was like, "Oh, we have a hand in so much stuff. When you look it up and there's no pictures and there's just a name, most likely it's a person of color. Most likely it's a person of color. That's the truth. Like I could pull out tons of names and only a handful of them will have pictures, and some of them will have the same picture because that's just what they've done now. They don't even care. America makes no engagement to care. Like, we have invented some of the most practical, useful, globally useful stuff ever. So when people go, we don't really need Black history, or we don't really need to vibe about Black history, or what's the importance of knowing Black history or dealing with that, I feel like, hey, maybe one year during December we start shutting everything down, gearing up for the new year. So when the new year comes, only in February do you touch on to things that Black people have invented, patented, had a hand in developing, made modifications to perfect, programs started, little celebrations started. Then only in February can we rock that. That means Memorial Day will have to be in February. That's an extra day off for us, for everybody. That means no street lights, no sprinklers, all these people with these beautiful lawns, no lawnmowers, you know what I'm saying? Certain strollers modified by a Black person. Your home security got to be deaded for the rest of the year except for in February. A Black lady, a nurse, came up with the idea that was the was the prototype for everything that's home security now. That was her. You know what I'm saying? Like, so much street lights, the mailbox, the blue mailbox joints. You know what I'm saying? Your kids' pencil sharpeners. So it's doorknobs. A Black dude came up with the doorknob. You know what I'm saying? Not just the door handle thing where the door knob with the key, you lock it, the door knob. Black dude. That mean anybody how you locking take everything away and bring it in February. January 13th, the world would just fall apart. We had a lot to do with the internet. We had a lot to do with the GPS system. You know what I'm saying? A lot to do with a lot of things. Black people had a hand in a lot of things. No, you may not have been the person all the time. The light bulb. A Black man came up with the filter situation to keep the light bulb going. Before that, Edison had no idea what to do. Black man came in and was like, hey, so I got this idea, boom, 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 light bulbs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, didn't come up with that part of it, but he came up with what makes it what it is today. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm anti-Black History Month because I think our history should be part of just the culture. There's no way you should be able to talk about certain things and not acknowledge and address the fact that, hey, that was a Black person. Say the names. Even if you don't want to go through the process, it shouldn't matter about the race. Well, okay. Say the names. Let the people do the research, and then they find this was a Black man. This was a Black female. These were Black children. This is cool. It's inspiring to know that not just anybody, Black people, descendants of slaves, sometimes straight descendants of slaves, came up with something. That keeps the concept of what America used to be alive. You know what I'm saying? America used to be the place of opportunity, the place of hopes and dreams, the pursuit of happiness. You know what I'm saying? What you could be. The thing the Republicans today love to try to tell you, yeah, just strap up your boots and get out here and make it happen. So many of those people did that. Our people did that. Are not being acknowledged for it, except for this 28 day, 29 every 4 year day a month. Come on, man. For 28 days, that's it. You got to try to cram all the information you can. Even this year, this whole February thing this year just seemed like it just came and went, and I don't know if that's going to be the new way we ride with it, but if so, we need to figure out a way to incorporate our history into American history, into global history. This can't go, let's talk about the Greeks and the Romans and not talk about Africa. There's a problem. You know, a black dude invented the banjo? Banjo. Like, I don't even know a black person that play a banjo. That's a black instrument. Most instruments are black instruments. Crazy. But the banjo, like, when you say banjo, there's already a person, a type of persons that you associate playing a banjo with. Like, you go, hey man, there's a banjo. You already you think straw hat, suspenders, overalls, no shoes. In America, by the way, slaves, the banjo. That's what I'm saying. We are so much more important to the fabric of American history than we're giving credit for. That's all I'm asking for. I don't care about talking about let's address, try to put everything out there in 1 month. Give it to us, man. Give it to us. We've done so much. We're here. You know, we don't know, outside of Obama, you really don't know a lot of black politicians. That's crazy. I personally just want us to be respected and thrown in the mix, because we're part of all of it. Don't try to tell me my history should be regulated to this. WIC should be regulated to this. No one gets WIC except for in February. Why? A black radical group labeled by the FBI were the creators of that. That's crazy. People don't even know that. That's crazy. That's the part that always bugs me out. Like, people have no idea. Like, even when they watch the Black Panther thing, like history about the Black Panther, and that comes up, you're like, that's WIC. Yeah, that's WIC. They came up with that idea. The government was like, we hate you guys. That's a good idea. We're gonna ride with that one, and kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, man. Just respect. Respect goes a long way. Respect is something that black people have always asked for in this country. Respect and equality. So sad that sums up every generation of black people. Respect and equality. Whether we're talking slaves who wanted to be free and have equality. Respect. Once slavery was over, respect and equality. Civil rights, respect and equality. When you see the pictures of people going, I just want to sit at the diner and eat without being harassed. I just want to sit anywhere on the bus. I don't want to have to take the back door to get to the restaurant. I don't think I should be drinking from a different water fountain. Respect and equality. I don't think I should be beaten, shot, or anything else because I was stopped by the police wrongfully. Respect and equality. All we ever asked for. Our history deserves it. We deserve it. I don't know, man. I ain't got nothing else to say about that. I'm gonna let that go. Let y'all marinate on that. You have comments, comment. You agree, cool. You disagree, cool. It is what it is. You know, you can get at me on Gmail. Black Caesar at Gmail. BlackCeezar. You can get at me on Twitter. Black Caesar. BlackCeez_CEEZ. Get at me on the gram. I'm on the gram. Black Caesar Son. BlackCeezarSonn. That's what we do, man. I'm on Facebook too. You go to the thing, you'll see the link on Facebook too. You know, I'm everywhere almost. I ain't on that TikTok stuff. Dude, I ain't got time to be. You ain't gonna see me out here doing that goofy Vine, new version of Vine shit. I'm sorry. New version of Vine shit. Yes, new version of Vine shit. I'm not for that. But I'm out here, man. This is episode 2. Again, hope y'all enjoying this. I will talk to y'all later. I'm out. Peace.
This is our world, our time, our life, get it right.
I still have no cool, like, sign off. Peace. Everybody say peace. Like, what happened to peace? Peace. Yeah, I need something, man. I need something.